Ever wondered why all the planets and celestial bodies we know are spherical, yet some believe our Earth is flat? Today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that has sparked countless debates and stirred up a storm of theories. From ancient civilizations right up to the present day, the shape of our planet has been a point of contention. The flat Earth theory, a hypothesis claiming our world is not a sphere but a plane, has gained traction. Intriguing, isn't it? Stay with us as we delve into this mystery. So, what do flat earthers really believe? Well, to start, let's dive into the basic premise of the flat Earth theory. Flat earthers believe that the Earth isn't a spherical globe as we've been taught in school. Instead, they propose the Earth is a flat disk, similar to a giant pancake floating in space. Now imagine the Arctic Circle. In the flat Earth model, this isn't at the top of the world as we know it, but rather it's smack dab in the middle of this disk. You might be wondering, what about the Antarctic then? Good question. Flat earthers posit that what we call Antarctica is actually a massive, 150-foot tall ice wall that encircles the entire disk, holding the oceans in place. That's right, much like the wall in Game of Thrones, but on a much grander scale. But what's above this flat Earth, you ask? This is where the concept of the firmament comes in. The firmament is believed to be a dome, a vast, solid expanse stretching over the Earth. Flat earthers often cite ancient cultures and religious texts in support of this idea. They argue that this dome separates the Earth from the heavens or the waters above, as mentioned in some interpretations of ancient scriptures. The sun and the moon? They're not millions of miles away in space, but much closer, moving in circular paths above the face of the Earth, like spotlights sweeping across a stage. Stars? They're not distant suns in far-off galaxies, but tiny points of light affixed to the inside of the dome. Now, it's essential to understand that while this belief is held by some, it is not supported by mainstream science or accepted as fact by the majority of people. The evidence supporting a round Earth is overwhelming, ranging from photographs of Earth from space to the way gravity works. A disk surrounded by a giant ice wall? Sounds like a science fiction novel, doesn't it? Yet for some, this is a belief held as firm as the supposed dome above our heads. One thing's for sure, it's a fascinating concept to explore, but not everyone is on board with this theory. Let's hear out the skeptics. The skeptics, a group often composed of scientists and educators, rely heavily on empirical evidence and scientific reasoning to challenge the flat Earth theory. They point out several pieces of evidence that support the spherical shape of the Earth. Firstly, they talk about gravity. This invisible force, which pulls everything towards the Earth's core, is arguably the most compelling proof of a spherical Earth. Gravity pulls equally from all directions, which would only be possible if the Earth were round. On a flat plane, gravity would pull towards the center, causing everything not in the center to lean towards it. Next, skeptics often bring up satellite images. These pictures, taken from space, clearly show a spherical Earth. Satellite images have been consistent in their portrayal of the Earth as a globe, regardless of the satellite's location or the time of day. They argue that these images would be impossible if the Earth were flat. Then there's the phenomenon of the sinking ship. If you've ever watched a ship sail away into the distance, you might have noticed that it appears to sink below the horizon. First, the hull disappears, followed by the main deck, and eventually, even the top of the mast slips out of sight. Skeptics say this phenomenon is due to the curvature of the Earth, which obscures objects as they move away from us. On a flat Earth, they argue, the ship would simply get smaller and smaller, but remain completely visible. These pieces of evidence, according to the skeptics, contradict the flat Earth theory. They maintain that the Earth is a sphere, and these observations are impossible to explain if the Earth were indeed flat. The skeptics believe that the flat Earth theory disregards much of what we know about physics and our universe. Seems like the skeptics have some strong arguments, doesn't it? So we have two sides of the story. But where does the debate stand? Well, the discourse between flat earthers and skeptics is a fascinating one, and it's only been amplified by the digital age. With the advent of social media and the internet, information or misinformation can spread like wildfire. The flat Earth theory is no exception. On one side, you have the flat earthers, steadfast in their belief that our planet is not a sphere but a flat disk. They present their arguments, often backed by personal observations and interpretations of scientific phenomena, with resolute confidence. They question the widely accepted scientific consensus, challenging us to reevaluate what we've been taught. On the other side, you have the skeptics, those who uphold the spherical Earth model that's been universally accepted since ancient times. They counter the flat earthers' arguments with science, pointing to centuries of astronomical observations, space travel, and photographic evidence from space missions. The internet has become a battleground, a place where these two factions clash. Social media platforms play host to this debate, allowing for a free exchange of ideas, however controversial they may be. Videos, blog posts, and forums dedicated to the flat Earth theory have sprung up, drawing in curious minds from all corners of the globe. The power of the internet has given rise to a new era of debate where the most unconventional theories can gain traction. Despite the overwhelming scientific consensus, the flat Earth theory persists, fueled by the freedom of thought and speech that the digital age permits. Well, the debate continues, and it's up to us to decide what we believe. So, is the Earth flat or spherical? We've dived deep into the waters of the flat Earth belief, heard from the skeptics, and observed the ongoing debate. The question isn't as simple as it seems, with perspectives shaped by myriad factors. We've seen that the flat Earth theory, despite its ancient roots, has found new life in the digital age. At the same time, we've heard from skeptics who argue with scientific evidence, pointing to centuries of astronomical observations and modern space exploration. But perhaps the most important takeaway from this discussion is the value of evidence-based reasoning. It's crucial to question, to probe, to seek out facts, but it's equally important to weigh these facts appropriately and to understand the principles of scientific inquiry. Remember, theories and beliefs are shaped by our understanding of the world. They evolve as our knowledge expands. Whatever your belief may be, remember, the beauty of our planet is undeniable and worth preserving. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring.